Hello all sentient beings and welcome to the Transmissions Podcast, where we talk about all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers! On this episode of Transmissions, we are joined by Epyk as we talk about HasLab's Unicron update. We get a good look at Transformers' War for Cybertron's Bumblebee, and Charles takes a look at X-Transbots' take on his beloved Quintesson figure. Today is Wednesday, August 12th, 2020, and this is episode 394 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that has a surefire way to turn out the youth vote for the next election. Put saving TikTok on the ballot. I'm your host Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
The extraordinary Epyk.
Hello.
And Daryl, the Cybertronian beast.
Hey, I'm back. I'm still watching hockey. Let's talk Transformers.
I'm glad. Well, happy 7th anniversary, Daryl. Did you get us anything? Daryl?
Let's talk Transformers.
Yeah, so August 13th, 2013, we had our first episode of Transmissions go live. I think we got a whopping 30 downloads that first day or something like that.
And
maybe.
How many were us? 30. I think it was 13.
Wow. So we're doomed from the start. August 13th, 2013, 13 downloads. So not the best start, but we kept going. We persevered.
Yeah. And now we have 30 downloads.
We're getting there almost, Daryl. Don't jump the gun. We're almost double. Almost double. Thanks everyone for sticking with us. We hope this keeps going. We're 7 years is a long time. We're not getting the 7-year itch, I don't think. I hope, but we're still having fun. We're getting things done and talking Transformers. And so welcome. I mentioned last week we're updating the Patreon goals and everything, so hopefully that should be going up very soon. So keep an eye out for that. We'll announce it on our social media and everything. And like I said, it's not going to go into effect until next month, so you still have some time to decide what you want to do.
And there will be a Patreon post explaining everything as well.
And speaking of Patreon and our Donatreons, we always start the show by thanking those lovely people who give us money on Patreon and PayPal and help keep the show going. You are a big part of the reason why we have hung in there for 7 years, and we thank you for your continued support. And we are going to take this opportunity to welcome our newest Donatreon, Christopher. Thank you, Christopher, for signing up. We really appreciate it, and we hope you enjoy all the perks and benefits that you get as being a Transmissions Donatreon. One of the perks is being automatically entered into our monthly Toy Hacks contest. So that contest, we are doing the drawing later this month. So not this week, but at the end of the month. It's always at the end of the month. But we do have another way to enter. You can send an email to contest@transmissionspodcast.com. And another person has done that. So Chris, not the Christopher who's our newest Donatron, but a different Chris, sent us a picture of the toy that he wants to get stickered up. And so this is his official entry into the Toy Hacks contest. So you are in the contest, Chris. Thank you for sending in your entry. Chris says, hey, I was hoping to get entered into the Toy Hacks contest. Wheeljack was my first Transformer I remember getting and was always one of my favorites. I picked up an extra of this guy to spice him up with some stickers, and he sent us a picture of Earthrise Wheeljack. So that's cool. Thanks, Chris. Your entry is recorded, and you will be in the contest. So, as always, another way to help out the show would be buying some of our merchandise, and that is at our TeePublic store, which you can get to at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. And you can also check out our friend K-Girl store at teepublic.com/user/superstark. We've got lots of cool designs up there. We've got shirts, we've got masks, we've got other merchandise, all that good stuff. And you can check that out at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. Anything you buy from our from that link. If you buy anything from TeePublic through our link, that gives us a little bonus there. So that helps out the show. I forgot to put it in the show notes, but I also want to mention we have the latest uncut episode of Empire of Rust. This is episode 29. We just released the regular episode last week, but this week, exclusive for Donatrons, is episode 29 uncut version with all the outtakes left in. So if you are a Donatron, you can get that through our Patreon link or through the PayPal Dropbox link we provide to all our non-Patreon Donatrons. So check out the uncut version of Pornos and Penetration. I did not come up with the name of that episode, but that's the latest episode in our Transformers RPG podcast, episode 29. Enjoy if you are a Donatron.
One more thing. I sat down with David Wallace from TF Nation to talk about the big broadcast, and that's up on the feeds for everybody. It was fun conversation, and we talked all about what to expect. And then, like, in the last week, we'll talk about it in alt mode. They have some other announcements. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun show.
Yeah, that's coming this weekend, this Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the whole weekend or just Saturday?
It's, I think, Friday and Saturday. They've got the schedule up. Yeah, it's at least 2 days. Dog Cates is typing in the chat. He knows everything about it. Yeah, it's the 14th and 15th.
Oh, cool. So we will link that in the show notes so everyone can take a look. And yeah, definitely listen to Jeremy's chat with David Wallace, and you'll get all the info about the big broadcast of 2020. I was about to say 2006.
No.
Yeah, so TF Nation's big broadcast of 2020. Sadly, the online replacement of the canceled TF Nation, like pretty much every other convention this year, has been canceled, unfortunately. All right, now let's talk about some toy news.
All right, and first up this week, we're going back to talk about HasLab Unicron. All right, we got another update from the HasLab people, and the update number 3 about Unicron and how it's going. This is about packaging and instructions, and damn, this is going to be a big undertaking. Charles, you'll be interested to know he's going to come with a lot of foam to protect him and make sure that he arrives in perfect condition. So, no scratches or dings. You'll be able to store that thing forever in its box and never open it.
I will open this one.
Frankly, I wouldn't blame you if you didn't want to, because going through this update, the instruction booklet is 32 pages. So that's a novel, as far as instruction booklets go. But the biggest kicker for this entire thing is that if you were to sit down from start to finish and transform it, it's going to take you between 50 and 60 minutes to transform it from one mode to the next.
An hour. That's what the person who wrote the instruction booklet said it took him. For us regular people, it'll take us 2 hours.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to.
That's
take
crazy.
A lunch break
That's crazy.
Yeah, and let's hope you don't get interrupted and you have to remember where you were.
Yeah, and not to mention that it's 19 pounds. So you're going to be holding this thing. Try holding 19 pounds continuously for like 10 minutes, let alone 50. It's ridiculous. This is just insane. So yeah, I'm glad. Now, the fact that we all kind of gave this thing shit for having this stand in it, I think it absolutely is necessary to have this stand. Yeah. I think if we were being asked to hold it for the entire duration of the transformation, we'd all have arms like Lou Ferrigno,
So it's an exercise program in addition to a transformer.
That's right. We might be able to write it off on our taxes as a.
It's like one of those weight balls that people will like do exercises with.
This thing, it's looking good. It's big. It's beefy. It's gonna take so long to transform. Oh my God, Epyk, you got one too coming, don't you?
Yes, and every time I see updates, I think, oh my God, what have I signed up for? Because where is this going to go? That box is massive, and 6 foot. What was it? Their brand manager. They show her fitting inside the box completely.
Yes,
that is a huge box.
Yes,
it reminds me of like old CRT monitor boxes.
And you got to keep the box. The box is a work of art.
Yeah, obviously.
So break it down and then kind of stuff it in the corner somewhere. This thing is it's incredible. I'm very excited for the people who are getting this thing. It looks absolutely insane. The non-buyer in me is thinking, I can't wait to see the first person who breaks one. And to say, I need to contact Hasbro, customer service and see if I can get a replacement. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I can just see someone's in the middle of transforming it, and it's like in planet mode, and it like rolls off the table.
Oh. Do it on the floor.
Well, you see all the little spikes on the side, right? It'll roll off and just snap them all off. So yeah, this is going to be a big undertaking, the transformation of this thing. I imagine for a lot of people, because it's going to come in planet mode, the transformation goes from planet mode to robot mode, and that's where it stays.
Or how long are people just going to keep it in planet mode before they're willing to deal with that transformation?
Yeah, it's like, all right, I got an afternoon, let's do this.
Yeah, so it'll be, how long do people just keep it in the box? And then planet mode stage.
Yeah.
And then finally, robot mode, where it will never be transformed back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it sounds like I've got minimum 3 weeks of trips to the store covered then.
At least.
This is how much I've transformed this week.
Yeah. At least. So
they say that they aren't going to do this one again, but I'm wondering, okay, you've done all this engineering and stuff. What if you just like take off the spikes in the middle, change a little bit of the exterior planet mode plating, and then you got a transforming Death Star?
Possible, I guess. Yeah.
That's a good idea, Jeremy. I can't
I'm
argue with that.
Person.
Make the head, take the horns off the head, put a little like black face mask. It's a Darth Vader.
Yeah, there you go. Or Palpatine.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this update, but I do have one more piece that I wanted to bring to everyone's attention, and that's from G Creation. This is something we haven't heard from, a company we haven't heard from for a while, and they're coming back to the table with a repaint, something that tends to happen with companies that we, seem to fall off the side of the face of the world. They came back to the table with a repaint of their Prowl figure, which was one from the IDW comics. They did that really cool looking, I don't know what you'd kind of call the vehicle mode. It's just some almost like a tank car Prowl. He looked really badass. But they're doing him up, this one now, up in smokescreen colors. And I gotta say, it looks just as good. It's got the little, obviously the red, white, and blue, and some black, but it's also got like the number stickers as well for his, being a race car. It doesn't really look much like a race car, but it's smokescreen, so you got to give him the race car numbers as well. For some reason, out of the Datsuns, I like smokescreen the best. Yeah, this thing looks cool. I don't know what. Charles, you were pretty heavy into the IDW comics. What's keeping you from not getting this thing?
Well, I mean, it does look great. I will say this is very authentic to Andrew Griffith's design. So he gave us when one of the things that I mentioned last week, we're doing the RID retrospective, and he gave us some of the sketches he did for the initial designs of the bots for RID, and this is Prowl's design. And this is a very nice rendering and basically a complete bringing to life of his model design for Prowl there. And I guess they've already done this version of Prowl, and now the smokescreen is a repaint of that. So it looks cool. I mean, it's a very cool design. I don't think we actually ever saw smokescreen in this design in the comic.
No, I don't think so.
But it looks really good. I like it. I think it's not enough. Smokescreen is not really a favorite character of mine, so it's not enough for me to want to pick it up. But it does look really good.
Epyk, do you like space race cars?
I mean, I think so. I think they look cool. This one, to me, it seems kind of clunky. I don't know. It does look cool. I really love his robot mode. I think he looks BA and sweet. And now, are you saying, does this look like his IDW? I don't know that I've seen smokescreen yet in my...
Yeah, I mean, he's been in the comic. It's just that he was not on Cybertron with Prowl. Like this design is very much based on the Prowl design from the Robots in Disguise comic.
Like Cybertronian, we made a sweet robot, but now we're like saying it's a car, but Cybertronian. So it's not like truly a race car, but whatever. So it does look sweet. It does look really cool. And like I said, I definitely prefer his robot mode. He just looks so... I love his, the car lights, his, chest plate thing and everything. I think it looks super sweet.
I did add a panel that was from the comic books, and you do see that he was basically a background character, but they did put him into the shape that he is here. So he kind of was there in this mode. Yeah. Jeremy, does this do anything for you? I know that you tend to lean more to the bendy primes, but what about the police Datsuns?
I mean, I like the Datsuns, but this is obviously not even a space Datsun. I don't know. I mean, I like the mold. I think the colors and everything, it's a little bit busy for me. Like particularly on the chest, it just seems like there's so much going on there. It's just really busy looking to me. So I would probably, with this mold, I probably would have gone with the Prowl because I'm sure it's a lot cleaner. But I mean, it's fine though. I mean, it looks like it's not really. I guess it'd be the equivalent to I don't even know, the NASCAR type race cars. So it's not really as sleek. It's more kind of bulky, but Well,
you're from the South. You would know. I guess Jeremy hates it. So we'll go with that. Yeah, no, it's I like it. I think it looks cool, but I didn't get the Prowl myself. I did like the Prowl, and Charles, you were right. It is definitely based on Andrew's design. So will we see a blue streak? Hard to say, but
if this sells well,
yeah. I mean, the Datsuns, they always do the Datsuns, together. And obviously this is, who knows what a space Datsun is, Jeremy? Do you know? I don't know. What's a space Datsun? This could be a space Datsun. Maybe we'll see the third one. Anywho, I'm going to pass it along to see what Jeremy brought to the show.
Well, I have a gray prototype image of something new from Vans Hobby. It is their MB13 Ace Hitter, and you need to make sure that you do read it as Hitter because that's what it is. It's not anything else that might be more offensive. It is basically their version of the Headmaster Jr. Ghost Shooter or the U.S. Headmaster Siren. Everything is gray prototype except for the head. The Headmaster piece does look like it's already, fully colored, and I think it looks neat. This is obviously it's a great prototype, so you can tell it's just still very fragile. So I'm sure, I don't know, it doesn't look like it would be manipulated too much other than these poses that they have it in. But I think it looks really neat. Very, very much like the Headmaster's cartoon aesthetic, I think. I like that it has that little panel on the chest that opens up and you get, I'm assuming that you will get the stats that like the classic Headmaster toys had, and it goes along with their MB-12 Athena, which is their version of Minerva. So I think this is cool, and getting these some of these classic Headmaster characters done. So Daryl, I guess we'll start with you. What do you think of this?
Oh man, Athena, it did just come out. You're right, and they're basically based on the same mold. It's weird. I know a lot of people have gotten Athena and love it, and it looks fantastic. I have no connection to Minerva or Siren or Ghost Shooter, so it's weird. If I don't have any particular connection to any one of these characters that they're doing these ones on, but I tell you, every sign that they're doing is pointing to a Nightbeat, and I can remember having a Nightbeat when I was a kid. He was, fun. I have one now, but it's not the same one. I was, as a kid, I had like the original G1 Nightbeat, and I tell you, if they do a Nightbeat, I'll be all over it. It's just one of those figures that you always wanted because it was a brick. It did nothing. And if they do a highly articulated, if they do a highly articulated Nightbeat, I'm in. Yeah, I want a Nightbeat to do the posing and the everything that I wanted it to do when I was a kid, but it just wasn't capable of doing it.
Yeah. Are you sure their Athena is based off of like the same mold? Because they look very different. I mean, the cars and the robot modes look both very different.
I mean, the fronts of the cars make the legs, the backs of the cars make the arms. It's
maybe like the skeleton is the same, but the shells.
I mean, the Athena is a female character, so they kind of slimmed the waist down a bit, so the torso is different, but and the thighs are different. Okay. I mean, it's the same skeleton. You're right, but it's a completely different type of all the plastics are different, but they did the same skeleton. So
cool. Well, Epyk, what do you think of this?
Yeah, so I don't have too much connection with like Headmasters and stuff, but I think it looks really cool, and I do think if they did use kind of like the same mold or whatever, they did do a really good job of like changing it up so that they're really different. And this car mode looks sweet and awesome, and I love that the guy sits in it and can sit in it and everything. The little head dude, and super sweet, really cool. Like I said, I really love this car mode, and then his robot mode looks great stuff. But
well, I just realized on the car mode the headlights can actually flip up.
And that to me is a super neat detail that they added and have in there. I really like this car mode.
Yeah, as a kid, I always wanted a car that could do that.
Oh, we all did. This is the coolest thing.
All right, Charles, what are your thoughts? I know you're steeped in the Japanese lore.
I am basically on the same page as Daryl. I want a Nightbeat, so I am anxiously waiting for a Nightbeat version of this mold, and that would be my that's my the thing I'm looking for. This Siren does look good, or not Siren. This Ghost Shooter looks good.
It's the same mold.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much. I mean, I am not. Contrary to what Jeremy says, I am not steeped into Japanese lore, so I am not familiar with the Headmaster Junior guys. But I am familiar with these guys as the characters in the Marvel comics when they were Nightbeat, Siren, and Hosehead searching for the Matrix in the Matrix Quest. So that's where my introduction to them. And I'm also waiting for the Hosehead. So he's the third guy in this trilogy of characters, but he's a fire engine, so he's very different. So you can't really make a third fire engine guy out of this mold. So they're going to have to do a completely new mold.
Yeah. They could.
Yeah,
they could. Oh, they could.
It wouldn't look right though.
No, but they could.
I'm curious if they are going to do that. So I guess the Headmaster Junior character is Cab, and then that would be Hosehead in the States. So I'm curious if they are actually going to do that for completing the set of the Headmaster Junior guys. But yeah, the Ghost Shooter looks good. As you guys said, the head is very articulated. It's a very cool little figure, and yeah, looks good.
Cool. Well, that's all I got. Epyk, what do you have this week?
All right, I have some Earthrise Bumblebee photos. He's looking all super cool. He's finally here. We didn't get him in Siege, but we've got him in Earthrise, and they've got him in his classic Volkswagen Beetle alt mode, and super adorable, really cute. I think they did a good job with his alt mode and his robot mode. He's tiny enough to fit into Earthrise Optimus Prime's trailer. Carry him around. The only thing, this is kind of a War for Cybertron thing that they like to do, where you got to utilize all parts. But I think it's a little dorky that he uses his what would that be? The hood, or not the hood of the car, but some part of the car he uses as the shield, which is novel, but at the same time it looks a little silly because it just looks like the back of the car. But yeah, he's super cute. I look forward. I can't wait to get him. But yeah, Charles, what do you think of adorable little Bumblebee here?
Yeah, he is cute, and I love having a Bumblebee that is a VW bug, so I am going to try and get this one. I agree. Using the hood as a shield is kind of lame, but it looks like you can just put it on the back, so you don't really have to do that if you don't want to.
It's that thing where they just are like parts former, so let's go ahead and just be like, here, just use it as a shield. It's not just a backpack. But yeah.
And just looking at the comparison to the Masterpiece Bumblebee, it doesn't look that much smaller than the Masterpiece Bumblebee. So also looking at just compared to the Cliff Jumper, you can see how, of course, they're the same mold. So
yeah,
they look cool.
Jeremy, what are your thoughts?
I'm just amazed at how small it is. I wasn't really picturing, like, I read Deluxe and I picture it a little bit bigger, but it just seems like, even looking at it next to the Wheeljack, he is so much smaller. I mean, it's like they're actually making things in proportion, but
yeah, like they got a picture of him next to the Optimus, and he like just comes up to his like crotch, top of his thighs or whatever. It seems pretty in scale. Yeah,
I'm wondering, because you're calling it a Deluxe, is it? I mean, it seems like it's really a large Legend, small Deluxe that needs to be its own size class. But I do like that he's going to be so small, because we really are missing that mini bot kind of thing that can still be in the same play pattern as the other figures.
Yeah.
I love that he fits into Prime's trailer. Yeah, this is definitely on my list to pick up.
Yeah, totally.
I can't remember if I pre-ordered it or not.
I think the way they cheat by calling this a Deluxe is that they give him that giant gun accessory. That's the same thing they did with Cliff Jumper, is that you've got extra accessories, and that makes it a Deluxe, kind of.
Deluxe
kind of
is determined by the mass of the total plastic.
Well, Daryl, will you be picking up this little dude?
Oh, yeah. I'm not super fond of the fact that he comes with the same weapon as Cliff Jumper, because, I mean, we were all really happy that Cliff Jumper came with this weapon, because obviously this was a weapon that was specific to Cliff Jumper. And, because he had that for that one episode, and then, the thing turned into skis that he could use because of the other one episode, and everything was all very specific to Cliff Jumper. And then...
Yeah, does Bumblebee get to use it as skis?
I don't know, right? Like... But anyway, this is Cliff Jumper's weapon, and I would have been much happier if they've given him something different. Like, sure, utilize the same size or amount of plastic, but do something else. Give him something different.
Give him that jetpack.
Isn't his classic weapon in that weapons pack?
Yes, he just has a gun. I think it's just the Bumblebee's gun. But yeah, no, it's a great figure. They're definitely using the right transformation. Like we kind of already knew that this was going to be used for a Bumblebee with Cliff Jumper, because it works so well. And yeah, so I'm very happy to see that this is coming out, and the fact that it's coming out as a Volkswagen Beetle is just kind of icing on the cake.
Yeah.
It just fits, right?
Yep.
What we really need is for them to release a red version of this and a yellow version of Cliff Jumper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I was saying, give him that backpack from Dinobot, that episode Dinobot Island, when he was flying with the Dinobots.
Yeah.
That would have been a good accessory.
Yeah, missed opportunity. All right. Well, Charles, what do you have for us?
All right. Well, I am wrapping things up with a new Quintesson. So we already have the Quintesson, official Quintesson figure coming this fall, but X-Transbots is doing you one better with a souped up Quintesson version. This one has LEDs, lighting. It has a remote control. It has rotating faces. So this is your, super Quintesson version if you want to shell out some extra money. And on the link we have in the show notes, there's a little video. It shows the Quintesson rotating and lighting up. Each face has a different color light. So I think it's got maybe some fiber optics in there where you've got the different LEDs in there. And then it has the remote control is shaped like a Quintesson ship, and there's all the buttons there control which face it goes to. And late breaking news from DJ Ronan in the chat that or Dogcades and DJ Ronan in the chat. Sorry, I give you guys both credit here. It's going to be $175 for this figure. So my interest just pretty much went to zero. It's cool to get a souped up Quintesson. All the light up stuff is nice. I'll stick with the official Hasbro Quintesson figure. But yeah, this looks cool, but yeah, that's a lot. Daryl, are LEDs enough to entice you to get another Quintesson?
No. I don't understand sometimes what third parties are trying to do. I get that they're trying to make better products and more things appealing to consumers. But in this case, all they got to do is make 5 face sculpts that don't have to do anything and an egg. And that's it. Put it on a stand and sell it. Like, we're talking $35. It doesn't need to be $175. It doesn't need to rotate on its own. If you want to put a joint in there, fantastic. Put a joint in there with 5 little detents in it that it can, you can twist it and turn it to the faces that you want. But my goodness, guys, like, this is ridiculous. It doesn't need to do all this. You don't need to have a remote control for your Quintesson Judge. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, you've gone overboard. I love the design. I think it looks like awesome, but they've gone way overboard.
Well, the official...
I was going to say they've jumped the Sharktacon.
The official Hasbro one is $30. So yeah, I mean, Hasbro is giving you what you need, and Hasbro even added a transformation gimmick that wasn't even necessary into their regular Quintesson. But yeah, I guess a third party wants to show, no, we've got the super deluxe Quintesson version.
I mean, or you can do all the sweet things, but the price just doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't line up. Like, I don't even know if maybe even 50 would be too much, but it's like 175. That's just outrageous for what it is. I mean, it's neat and it's super cool, but yeah, I thought this would be maybe like $30 to $50, and then when it comes out $175, it's like,
yeah, it shouldn't be more than 100, and that's pushing it. I do appreciate that it's got apparently rechargeable batteries inside, because I saw like there's a USB port for charging it.
Better.
No, you pay $175, and then you get to have this ugly black cord coming out of it.
Yeah, or you got to put in the stupid little button batteries.
I do love the name Dr. Egg. I think that's fun.
Well, Epyk, are you getting the Hasbro Quintesson Pin of Judgment? Have you seen that figure with all the little Sharkticons and stuff?
Yeah, I do have plans to try to get that guy. So really there wouldn't be any. I don't need a collection of these dudes at all. So if I can spend $30 and get a representation of it, then I don't know why anyone would really need to get this expensive third-party version.
I mean, also, I'm surprised it doesn't have a voice chip in it. I think with all the money they shelled out here, it should be laughing as the faces are rotating, and like the mouth's moving and laughing or something.
It should be a real Quintesson.
Jeremy, did you have any additional thoughts?
I mean, I have to just echo what everyone else said. It's way too expensive for what it is. I mean, if you're going to have some like electronics in it, then have the little tentacle things also just kind of flail around. But it's just $175 is just way too much for what you get here. I mean, it looks neat. It's a great idea, but very big miscalculation, I think, on the price.
Yep. All right, well, that's all our toy topics, so we will move on to trips to the store. This is where we show off all the cool Transformer stuff we got this week. We do this as a video, so you can see everything we got in beautiful high definition on YouTube. But we'll also have the audio right here, so you can keep listening to the podcast and listen as we describe all our purchases in loving detail. So without further ado, trips to the store.
The Transmissions podcast will return after these messages.
So let's talk about the stuff we got this week, and we're going to start off with Jeremy.
All right. I just have some comics this week. I have the aforementioned Transformers My Little Pony crossover book. It's not even cover A, it's just the main cover, because then everything else is like a retailer incentive. This was the Tony Flex cover. But I also got my convention exclusives in, so this is Evan Stanley did this cover. So it's pretty cool. It's Optimus, and is that Twilight Sparkle? I'm assuming Optimus is showing her how to use her telescope to see Cybertron. So I got that in, and then
Magic telescope.
Yeah, and then I also got the 86 box art version of Transformers 84. Looks really cool. And I also got a copy of both of these for Daryl. So, yeah, that 84 book, I was considering that might be something to maybe get slabbed, since I already have the other copy of it. And they're going for, like, both of these books are going for crazy, stupid amounts on eBay. Anyway, that's all I got.
I'll go next. I guess I will start off by, of course, showing off all the stuff that Jeremy just got, because I got the same stuff. Here's the Transformers My Little Pony, the regular cover, and then there's the convention exclusive of Transformers 84 and the My Little Pony Transformers. So all that stuff came to me as well. I also, these are Transformers adjacent, but it's just robots. This is the Kill Lock issue 6 from Livio Ramondelli, our longtime Transformers IDW artist, a friend of the show, and this is his original creator-owned comic that he did with IDW. So this is he started issue 1, I think, came out way back in, was it like November, December, I think. So it's been
before times.
Yeah, before pandemic. Yeah, BP. So finally, this is issue 6, the final issue in his story. So congratulations to Livio for getting all these issues out. He wrote and drew everything. Drew, colored everything in this issue except for the lettering. I think was the only thing he didn't do. So these are, congratulations to Livio. It's a cool comic, cool concept that he came up with, and really enjoyed it. So congratulations, and yeah, not Transformers, but Transformers adjacent.
It's been getting really good reviews, just in general comic sites.
Yeah. This is just because I like Horizon Zero Dawn. I got Horizon Zero Dawn issue 1. This is the comic book based on one of my favorite video games on PlayStation that came out a few years ago.
You're not even trying now.
And it has machines. It has animalistic machines in it. So those are kind of robotic things. Yeah. So, and the sequel was just announced a couple months ago. That's coming out hopefully next year on PlayStation 5. Now I'm just advertising for PlayStation. Are we sponsored by Sony in this video? Okay. But yeah, I really like Horizon Zero Dawn. So that's all. Last thing I got, this was a gift from my wife. She got me a mask. Yeah. Turns out she likes giving me stuff. I don't know why, but she's nice. She's real nice. I like her. I think I'll keep her.
Give her in return there, big guy.
Love and support. But
Big C.
all right, Daryl, settle down now. Daryl, settle down. So she surprised me with another gift. This is particularly relevant in these pandemic times. Although this is not from our TeePublic store, but it is an Autobot mask.
Oh, that's cool.
So that I can wear.
Nice.
So it's not a transmissions mask, but she didn't know about it. So
her streak of buying you really, really good presents is come to an end. Or she would have bought you one from our store.
Well, she didn't know about it, and I neglected to tell her about it. So she was like, "Why didn't you tell me you had I didn't know you were going to buy me a mask." So it's like, clearly it is. But I mean, I still appreciate it's the thought that counts, and a lot of thought went into getting this for me. So I appreciate it. So thank you, Trisha, for getting this. This is awesome. And yeah, I mean, it is the official Autobot logo, so it's so it's still cool. This is my regular mask now, so I do wear this whenever I go out.
Sweet.
So, thanks. So that's all the stuff I got. So I'm going to hand it over to Epyk.
All right, I've got one thing this week. I finally picked up, what do we got? Your Wingspan and Pounce. I got this pack. Pretty excited about them. Same molds, different characters. So yeah, pretty excited to get those guys open and play with them. But yeah, haven't done much shopping, obviously, and this is my latest purchase.
Very cool. I'm looking for those guys. I want to get those guys too.
Yeah, I was pretty excited.
Are they at Target? Or
yes,
Walgreens?
Yes, that was Target. Yep. Is
it a Target exclusive?
That I'm not sure of, actually.
I thought all the 2-packs were.
It probably is now. Like I want to say it is, but don't hold me to that. But I'm pretty sure a lot of times these type of packs, like Daryl said, they usually are Target exclusive. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, Daryl, what do you got?
I'm not as much of a kept man as Charles is, so I have to go buy my own stuff. But it's nice that Charles has someone buying him nice things. Charles needs nice things. I did get this for him. This is his free comic book day book.
Yay!
Nice.
Thank you, Daryl.
I don't want anything in return for it, please. Keep everything to yourself. I also did get the Transformers My Little Pony book. We'll talk about it in alt mode. And then I picked up, I got a tip from DJ Ronan that something had shown up at Toys R Us, so I headed down and picked it up. This is Pony Prime. So
oh my goodness.
This is the My Little Pony Optimus Prime mashup. I posted about it on Twitter and saw that there were a lot of other people that weren't able to find these things, and I ended up buying a few more. So I I have 3 total now. So it's funny. I got at least one of them is for somebody already. So I'll probably send it off to them, and we'll see. I'm sure I can find a home for the other one. But yeah, it's a ridiculous thing.
It's like so absurd that I can't decide how I feel about it.
Yeah. It is a Toys R Us exclusive, from what I understand. Fine Canadian chain.
I do like how they did the Autobot logo with like the dripping paint and stuff. I like the look of that.
Kind of all like, kind of hurt or broken or whatever. It's
just kind of dripping paint.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Huh. And I'm trying to decide whether I recognize the art on the box. I kind of think it kind of looks like Andrew Griffith art, but then it could just be some rando as well. So, but who knows? Yeah, I mean, it would be the first time they've used comic book artists for box art.
Ask him if he did it.
I will. But yeah, that's all I got this week. I don't have any other comics that I've been getting that are not Transformers related. That's it for me.
All right, and that will do it for this episode of Trips to the Store.
We now return to the Transmissions Podcast.
All right, we're back from our trips to the store, and we will finish up with convention news.
Just mentioning this in both shows because it's this weekend. On the 14th and 15th is TF Nation's big broadcast of 2020, and they have their schedule up. We'll have a link to it in our show notes. But note that all times are British summertime, so adjust accordingly. But they have a packed schedule. On Friday night, in addition to like some watch-alongs of some G1 stuff, they have a Paul Eiding interview. And then on Saturday is where they have most everything else. Of note, they have Corey Burton, who doesn't do conventions. So this will be, really cool to have the sit down with Corey Burton, and it looks like they got some good time with him. So I'm definitely looking forward to this, and just check out the links in our show notes.
All right, and that will do it for this episode of Transmissions. Epyk, where can folks find you online when you're not on Transmissions?
When I'm not here, you can head on over to epyksuicide.com. That's EPYK suicide.com, and you will find all my social links over there.
Awesome, and we will link that in our show notes so you can check that out. All right, everyone, thanks for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Later.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to this episode of Transmissions. But just because this episode is over doesn't mean the Transformers fun has to stop. Join us and other Transformers fans on our Discord chat server by visiting transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. If you would like to learn more about how you could support the Transmissions Podcast, just visit transmissionspodcast.com/support. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you again next week.
Does anybody else see it as Ace Hitler?
Yes. I had to read it like 3 times. I'm like, wow, that's like an unexpected name choice. Holy cow.
Yeah. There's no swastika there. I mean, it kind of looks like it.
This clearly is 2 T's. It's just a bad font.
It's a terrible font, yes.
Daryl, are you going to want the sounder at the beginning of your first topic?
I was trying to think of something funny. Yes, I do. Does a duck with a boner drag weeds? Yes.